Buster Mathis. Levi is very upset that he has not made the top 20, not top 20, consistently throughout his career, even though, of course, a former wrestler in college and a former football player with the Los Angeles Express. Still, he steps in at 18-6, and they've already alluded to, Bob, the fact that he's been in with a lot of great fighters, and he comes in against Buster Mathis today and will be fighting him in a step up for Buster. How big of a step? Can he overcome that particular hurdle? Well, this man will have a great deal to do with it before the day is over, and he is definitely focused.
No, he really is, Sam, and he's got the complete package as far as the experience, the size, the athleticism, Levi Billups, and the motivation.
Buster Mathis will be getting ready to fight this man, and here he comes out of his dressing room. Buster, if you can imagine, at 219.5 pounds right now, actually tipped the scales, as we indicated a moment ago, as high as 305 pounds. As he makes his way to the ring, Billups is ready, and so is Buster Mathis for today's confrontation as our main event on the heavyweight explosion. And there's Mathis from Grand Rapids, Michigan, maybe fighting in the shadow of his very famous dad, a contender in the heavyweight division in the mid-60s, but trying to make his own way at 9-0. For the introduction of our main event fighters, let's go to our ring announcer. Here is Ed Derrick.
Ladies and gentlemen, heavyweight explosion continues with this afternoon's main event. Our judges, Bill Flasser, Jackie Castellani, and Bill Nealon. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout, referee John Carroll. Introducing first in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He weighed in at an even 223 pounds. He has 18 wins, 6 losses with 10 knockouts. From San Diego, California, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Levi Billups. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the red trim. He weighed in at 219.5 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 9 pro bouts with 3 knockouts. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, boxing fans, here is Buster Mathis Jr. Mathis.
So a few butterflies must be flying through the stomach of this young man, because indeed he steps up at 23 years of age, fighting a man 10 years his elder, but a man that has not had a lot of great experience, but he's been in the ring with some good ones, and a reach advantage may be a plus today for Buster Mathis. He has a 4-inch advantage. The rules that'll be governing this fight, a 10-point must system with 3 judges scoring, a standing 8, 3 knockdown rule in effect, save with a bell in the last round only, and the doctor, the referee, can indeed stop the fight as we get ready for heavyweight explosion from the Poconos. It's the main event, and round 1 is underway. Buster Mathis in the white with the red stripes. Solid blacks belong to Levi Billups, and it doesn't take much time here, Bob Spagnola, to get these guys cooking in round 1.
No, Buster Mathis comes out strong early, and he's going to try to get some respect from Levi Billups, who's the stronger, I promise you, of the 2 gentlemen. Mathis has got to rely on quickness. He's got good speed and good little boxing skills, but Levi Billups is no small individual to be reckoned with.
Billups has been fighting since only the age of 26 after a successful pro football career in the USFL with the Los Angeles Express. We alluded to early on that he got into the ring by actually knocking it down a former couple of San Diego Charger football players on the basketball court. They tried to rough him up, and he just decked a couple of them. He said, with that kind of power, you need to box. He went in the gym, and here he is now.
Set him up! Set him up! Set him up!
Levi Billups, we made mention during the pre-conference weigh-in and other conversations around the hotel, very focused. Came in with a mission in mind, and that was to get a win over undefeated Buster Mathis and to climb the ranking total goal, because as a roofing contractor, he said it would be nice to share in those multi-million-dollar payouts in the heavyweight division. If he gets there, of course, there's one big question. He's got to have some big fights along the way.
Well, this is a good opportunity. Both of these guys about 6 foot tall, and their weight is very similar, but you can see that their physical makeup is quite a bit different. But don't let the build of Buster Mathis Jr. fool you. He's got real quick hands and good boxing skills, just like his dad. He wasn't built like an Adonis, but he was a real smooth fighter with quick hands. And Billups is used to being the quicker because he's a smaller heavyweight. But I don't think he's the quicker in there today, and he's got to be able to adapt and you know, he's got to be the stronger here with Buster Mathis Jr. I think he's already got Levi Billups bleeding a little bit from the inside of the mouth.
And he also has proven to Levi that he can kind of muscle and push him around the ring here early. That's exactly what he wants to do. Levi trying to push him away and get some punching room. Billups again trying to set him out some punches as well. Buster Mathis is trained by his very illustrious father, but he says one of his most disappointing factors about it is his father has been in very poor health and is not here today. And he wishes, of course, him always a speedy recovery, but again, that's the most disappointing part. He said he's not here to share whatever success may be coming my way.
And look at that quickness from Buster Mathis Jr. giving Levi Billups a little trouble here. He's getting under everything and getting those little short shots, getting off on the inside. Good start to the fight for Buster Mathis Jr.
Well, he's trying to set out on some punches at the end of round number 1, and Billups and Mathis will rest for a minute. One of the things Buster Mathis came into this fight wanting to do, A, was to get some national and international exposure, which he's getting, of course, here on the Separate Pistol Sports Network. But another thing he wanted to do was, as you pointed out, is to fight against a quality fighter who's been in against some solid fighters. And he's certainly going to get both of those things accomplished here today at the Poconos.
Yeah, he sure is. Like it or not, it is.
Look at one corner, then into the other. Ray Barnes, by the way, working along with John Manuel in that corner for Levi Billups. Levi, of course, is learning this on-job training against some of the best in the heavyweight division. No amateur boxing experience. Excellent wrestler. But this is all by experience, and now he heads for round number 2 against undefeated Buster Mathis.
Levi Billups has got a fierce competitive desire burning on the inside of him. You know, he was a wrestler, which is a, you know, man-on-man competition, and he enjoyed that, and he's just that kind of a guy, and that kind of a competitive instinct is, you know, you really need that to be successful in the fight game.
Well, both fighters, you can see, have not changed from round 1, that boring-in style of Buster Mathis in the white. And Levi Billups trying to push him out and get some punching room. Big right hook to the body. One thing, as you pointed out also, Bob, is the fact that Buster Mathis may not look like he's in real great shape body-wise. We need a little body shaping. This kid is trained very hard. Keep in mind, down from over 300 pounds at one time.
And body beautiful, you know, the same thing his dad went through. Everybody said, oh my God, look at that big fat pop. But look at him get underneath Levi Billups' punches. And, you know, his quickness, Levi's really should just stick to hitting Buster Mathis in the body and slowing him down, because at this stage, the way this fight is opening up, it's going to be all Buster Mathis. He's got the quicker hands and the quicker head at this stage. He's getting under those big shots at Levi. You know, when you come into a fight as a fighter, you go, hey, I'm not getting any respect. I'm going to pulverize this guy. I'm going to hurt him. And you start looking for a big punch against a kid like Buster Mathis Jr. that's quick of hand and of head and of feet, you know, regardless of his physical shaping. You know, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble because you're not going to hit him with a big shot. Your body's got by Billups. The red comes in the water. I think it was just on the borderline.
So Mathis is proving that not only will he not mind laying on the ropes and brawling a little bit here with Billups, but Billups is very apt to do the same. He said, I'll oblige you, as he steps in and they exchange punches off the rope.
Early in this fight, it reminds me of a confrontation Buster Mathis had when he got a shot on national television against Justin Fortune, the undefeated Australian fighter that he fought. He just got right in there. Justin Fortune's about 5'10", 230 pounds. They got right inside with each other, which you would think would have been to benefit Fortune, but Mathis was just too quick for him. He's not a big puncher, but he sure will get his hands busy. Got a good assortment of punches, and that's what Levi Billups is experiencing right now.
Buster, with his 9-0 record, last 2 fights have gone 8-5, both winning those by knockouts. He beat Carl, no, I'm not the truth, Williams, that went in 5 rounds. That was on June 15th of this year. While on the other side, April 17th, a 8th-round knockout in the South Pacific over Barry Amando for Levi Billups.
Really impressive showing by Buster Mathis. I mean, he is really putting it on Levi Billups. And, you know, he just, Buster, this is a big step up in competition for him. Somebody forgot to tell him that. good uppercut by Billups, but Buster answers back with a nice combination of his own.
I have a feeling that the brawl is just starting to begin as we end round 2 of our main event of the heavyweight explosion. Well, as Billups goes one way and Buster Mathis heads back the other, we have fought the 2 rounds, kind of a feeling out process in the heavyweight division. But as you made mention, Buster Mathis has already started to dish out some punishment to Billups that maybe he did not expect in the early goings of this fight. And Billups, I know they're having a good conversation over there, just also trying to get him really focused in this fight as well. Some of the action from round number 2. As again, Mathis and Billups both rumbling inside.
Infighting here. The quick hands of Buster Mathis Jr. Gets the jab in. Right hand comes back with a hook, all scoring cleanly. And there's another right hand afterwards.
Now the weapon that Mathis wants to employ is a uppercut. And Billups also has that same weapon. So we'll see which one can score when they rumble inside. They're ready for round 3 of this scheduled 10-rounder. Third round heavyweight explosion. Sam Smith along with Bob Spagnola. We are at the Fernwood Resort. It's located in Bushkill, Pennsylvania, about 2 hours northwest of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the beautiful Poconos. And this is our heavyweight explosion main event.
And the different looks and the different angles that Buster Mathis Jr. has given Levi Billups. I mean, if he can continue, you know, at this pace right here now, Levi's pressuring him on the ropes, taking good advantage of his physical strength. But Buster's in there working nice little short shots. He's really, I think he's got Levi Billups a little upset with that, you know, that quickness. And there it is, what Levi wants to do. He wants to rip hard shots down to the body.
Let him go, let him go.
Down a little bit. And he's using his forearm to, but you know, he's taking him to school at what he does best. But Buster Mathis Jr. is very vastly experienced beyond his time in this business. Obviously, you know, he's had a little boxing in his family before. Nice uppercuts, nice combinations.
You know, you made a good point that he's not overreacting to the tactics of Billups. Billups using the elbow, pushing him around the ring, getting a warning for a low blow. Mathis is just kind of walking through it, throwing punches.
Well, and he's landing clean shots, just short little, you know, 8-9 inch punches that he's looping into around Levi Billups' guard. And Levi is, you know, loading up with punches, and he can't find Buster Mathis Jr. And you see Buster using his forearm on the inside.
You know, I thought Buster was very candid in our conversation on one of our pieces we did with him. He said, you know, I tried to play baseball, basketball, and football, and I was bad. You know, a lot of times when they say bad, it means they were good. No, he said, I was real bad. So boxing was what I wanted to do, and his dad reluctantly let him get in the ring. But now, of course, they're paying the dividends with a perfect 9-0 record.
Looks like a little cut over on the corner of the eye of Levi Billups.
Well, Mathis is on pursuing. He will stay right on top of you, not let you have any rest time, that's for sure.
He doesn't, and he shows he changes his angle at all times. He's never giving you, you know, you figure a guy, you look at him and say, oh, this guy's going to rest a lot. It wasn't a cut over Billups' eye, but it's some swelling. But Levi's already got his mouth open a little bit, trying to, you know, land that big crushing right hand on Buster Mathis. And Buster, in the meantime, just getting busy, working those little shots. Nice little uppercut, following it, shortening up the distance. Nice boxing.
I tell you, he has to be impressing the judges as he really works on Billups in that corner.
I mean, who would have expected Buster Mathis Jr. to be backing up Levi? Look, Levi wants to get some range and land a big crushing shot, but in the meantime, Buster's got 6 or 7 punches landed of his own.
Of course, Levi's been in there with some of the best. Again, Lennox Lewis, the WBC world champion. Bone Crusher Smith, who he beat in 10. Michael Moore, along with many, many more. But today he's in with a fire plug with the name of Buster Mathis in the main event.
Down, no punching.
So the third round has come to a close, and Levi Billups, who thought he might be taking a little bit of advantage over Buster Mathis, found out the youngster from Grand Rapids was not going to have any of it. Let's slip into the corner and see if we can pick up any conversation of what Billups might being advised to do here as they just simply try to cool him down after a very hectic third round.
He is cut on the corner of the eye there. Tommy Gallagher's working it. He's also bleeding from the inside of the mouth.
This is Buster Mathis on the other side. Buster Mathis has liked to get inside, and this is a very good demonstration of how well he's working in there, Bob.
Yep, there he lands a nice right hand, comes back with the left hook. Billups misses. He rolls it.
You know, perfect example of Billups not being a pure boxer. Look, on almost all of his wide hooks are landing on the laces. They're not hitting on the gloves. He just has to have room to punch, and we'll find out if he gets it in round 4. They are scheduled for 10 rounds in our main event of the heavyweight explosion. This is round 4. Billups with his back to you in the black trunks fights Buster Mathis. Again, looks like he's not in the greatest shape in the world, but the kid does have some very good quickness and some good style.
And he's willing, Sam. You know, the kid gets in there, and he's in there with a very strong, tough man in Levi Billups. And even though he's a little older, you know, and doesn't have a lot of experience, he's been in with a lot of tough fights. And, you know, now it seems like Billups is trying to box a little bit more from the outside and use his jab on Buster Mathis because he doesn't like being on the inside with the kid with the quick hands.
Before the boxing purists jump all over me by saying Buster Mathis has some style, he has his style, and it works. He lumbers in, but he throws those good, quick, solid punches.
Punch out, let him go.
Oh, no, he's certainly got some style. There's no denying that. And, he might not be body beautiful, but he's getting the job done. And, hey, you know, you can't penalize a guy for that. Nice, solid combination. Billups is having his best round of the fight, though. He's trying to box a little bit on the outside rather than press this guy so much.
Well, he's afraid. Punch out him.
You can see how quickly Buster Mathis can come out throwing some punches as we're nearing the 140 mark of this, the 4th round.
No punch.
And the blood that Levi Billups is swallowing, I promise, is bothering him right now. And his eyes will up. And there's a good, strong left hook by Levi Billups. His best punch of the fight. Buster Mathis Jr. answers right back.
And they do exchange left hooks throughout that entire exchange. Each one of them scoring at least a couple solid left hooks in that.
Right.
You know, it's surprising that Buster Mathis Jr. is, you know, snapping the head back to Levi Billups here, which he's done continuously throughout the first 3 rounds of this fight, Sam. He didn't have a knockout in his first 7 fights, and since then he's had 3 in a row, and really his competition has stepped up quite a bit, so it's an impressive performance by Buster Mathis Jr.
Even though I'm enjoying Levi Billups in his fighting here today out of San Diego, got to be a little partial to Buster Mathis. One of his favorite movies is one of mine. It's called The Godfather, you know what I mean? And he also likes pizza. So I have one of my main men in the ring right now, Buster Mathis.
It's the most remarkable thing about Buster is his honesty.
That's right.
He admits loving a pizza. You know, his inability in other sports is really a refreshing thing.
Well, they have Cousin Benny's Pizza Parlor here, and I know that if Mathis wins, that's where he'll be tonight.
Nice, good exchanges here by both. And this is a heck of a little fight for heavyweights we got going here. And I promise that Levi Billups is bleeding heavily on the inside of his mouth. His mouth's wide open.
Mathis has not changed his style a lick here through the start of the fight. He's just lumbering in, taking the punches of Billups on his way in, and then throws counter punches on his way out. And it is paying dividends, and the judges are watching this young man with a 9-0 record go for his 10th straight win. So another solid round for Buster Mathis. Not be the prettiest thing in the world, but he's getting the job done. And Levi Billups has to be getting a little bit frustrated. And Bob, you were right. There is indeed just a light cut on the outside of the left eye of Billups, and he also has a very bad cut on the inside of his mouth. Really a lot of blood as they wash it off the mouthpiece, and he spits into the spit can, and you can see a lot of blood coming out of the mouth, and that can really get you kind of nauseous. They exchanged some great punches in that last round, and let's see if we can pick up some of those as both exchanges, particularly right and left hooks.
And Levi misses the uppercut there and then lands a nice left hook, a good solid shot. Here's Buster Mathis.
The left hook to the body works. Dig it in.
Billups trying to come up the middle and got caught with the wide punches by Mathis, and then Billups comes right back with a pretty good left hand as they exchanged well in round 4. They're heading for the 5th round here on our heavyweight explosion. Round 5 of a scheduled 10-rounder. Mathis in the white, Billups in the black.
It's almost like Buster's counting punches. You know, smaller weight fighters, you find, you know, the great Saul Manby was always when you throw 3 at him, he comes back at 4 with you. He's just not letting Levi Billups, you know, win any 10-second segment of this fight. He will not allow it. And it's very frustrating for Billups right now. He knows he's in trouble. Now, he's been bleeding in his mouth since the first round, and that swallowing of that blood, you know, will have an effect on him later in the fight. Absolutely. It makes you nauseous, and it's upsetting to a fighter, and he knows that.
You know, when you take a look at Buster Mathis, keep in mind he weighed as much as 305 pounds. He came in weighing 219 and a half. But I guarantee you those legs are the legs of a 300-pounder. He didn't lose a lot of his weight down there, which means when he starts setting down on punches and starts turning, there's a lot of weight going in one direction, and it's right at Levi Billups today.
But you can see with Buster Mathis Jr. how he'll lay his head on your shoulder there, and then he'll pull it out at the same time as he loops the right hand over there. You know, he's making an opening with his head, and then he pulls it out and lands the hook, and that, you know, I mean, it's the mark of a fighter with tons more experience than Buster has with 9 to 10 professional fights. 9.5, I guess, at this stage.
His amateur record was rather limited when you consider that he comes, of course, from a boxing father. He only had 25 amateur fights, won 20, lost 5. He was, of course, the Michigan Golden Gloves champion several years, and also rated as high in the amateur boxing ranks in the heavyweights as number 3 in the nation.
Right now they're exchanging punches, and I mean, Levi just can't hit Mathis with the solid shots that Mathis is landing continuously on Levi Billups, and Levi's getting a little, you know, he's going to have to start rushing things here, trying to make something happen, because it's just not going his way. He can't. Stepped on his foot there and pushed him down.
Mathis is going, oh, that's what it feels like to go down. I don't want to do that.
Buster Mathis Jr., I mean, he might be built like Gumby, but, you know, he's a nice uppercut by him. He's got Levi Billups in there trying to make something happen. He just picks his head up with a nice shot. Nice assortment of punches by the young Buster Mathis Jr.
You know, even though Billups is, of course, kind of a former, as a matter of fact, a class. He doesn't like to be in there. He has to, as a boxer, have room to punch. He must, as they say, measure on the outside. And Mathis can punch from the outside, rumble inside, and he just scored again with a right hand on Levi Billups.
And what Buster Mathis just did in the last 20 seconds of this, Levi Billups landed 2 crushing shots to the body of right. Well, Buster Mathis didn't miss a beat. He stepped right up on him. He didn't let him rest. And look at him. He's pressuring him in the corner, landing clean shots. He will not let Levi Billups get into this fight right now, Sam.
And he'll fight to the end, to the end of round number 5. Levi Billups coming back to his corner, maybe reaching a point Bob Spagnolo, a little bit of frustration because he's thrown some good punches at the kid. And Mathis just continues to come back.
I don't think, look at Levi Billups in the corner. He doesn't look like a happy camper right now. You know, and watch when he spits out this water into his spit bucket. You know, I mean, he's swallowing a lot of blood. And, you know, and all these things aren't going his way right now. And look at Buster Mathis right there. He looks just like he looked at the beginning of the fight. Resting, taking advantage of every second of rest in between corners. Very calm, very relaxed.
This again was when Billups had his foot on top of Mathis and just pushed him down.
Gave him the old forearm smash.
And the end of the round, you can see the flurry put on here again by Buster Mathis.
Buster ending this round with an exclamation point.
Only 23 years of age, Buster Mathis, the son of a former heavyweight contender back in the mid-60s, Buster Mathis Sr. He comes out fighting in round number 6 against Levi Billups. And Mathis has been relentless in his pressure against Billups all day long.
I never would have imagined that this fight would take this. I mean, I knew that Buster Mathis had good boxing skills, but I just didn't think he'd not only be the better boxer in here, he'd be the man, you know, he'd be the guy backing up Levi Billups and pressure him. And that's just what he's doing. I mean, he's having some fun in there tonight. Big, strong man.
Billups looking to throw some punches, but the way Buster is kind of crouched over from the waist, he's not getting a lot of areas to hit him. Before Buster lets go with a left-right combination. Very short, quick, and concise, and powerful punches by Buster Mathis.
Leave him go.
He just walked him back there measuring him the whole time before he pulled the trigger.
And what has to be frustrating for Levi Billups, he knew it was coming and didn't do anything about it. You can hear that's Buster adding to the audio here.
A lot of blood coming out of the mouth of Levi Billups. He wants to know, what do I got to do to get this guy off me? I'm supposed to be the guy pressuring this kid. Looks can be so deceiving in this business, Sam. It looks like these two guys look like the before and after ends of a Nutrisystem's commercial. But it, I mean, somebody forgot to tell old Buster. And look at Levi Billups holding. And Mathis isn't satisfied to let him rest, win in the fight. I've got him pitching a shutout here, but I mean, he is going. He's going for it, and he's making for an action fight here. Look who's holding.
That's a very interesting point, because in our previous fight that came up a moment ago, Mike Evans was trying to hold on the inside on Gary Winman and was never able to punch. But Buster, if Billups wants to hold, he continues to stay very active.
Buster Mathis continues to impress me here with his performance, Sam. I mean, he's not only won every one of the first 5 rounds in this, and he, I believe, has every intention of winning every round. He's not letting, a fighter, you let him back into the fight, you take a round off, you let him get his confidence up and start to think, hey, if I do this, if I really rip into the body, I can take control. Buster Mathis Jr. is not letting Levi Billups have any positive thoughts in his mind at all.
Closing 20 seconds of round number 6. This is the main event scheduled for 10 rounds. Continues to pound away. Levi Billups trying to knock him off with some short combinations, but the youngster from Red Rapids refuses to wilt and go away. Will the turn after a short break. Levi Billups slumping to his stool. The referee John Carroll over there just to check and make sure that he's all right, and also wanted to check the tape on the left glove that's starting to work itself loose. That could create a problem while across the way taking an early shower. Here's Buster Mathis trying to keep him cool. Very hot as it has been all over the country here in the Poconos. A light shower this afternoon may have cooled the temperature, but added to the humidity as we take up some action here. Once again, Buster Mathis going to work inside.
Billups comes in with the big left hook, but Mathis rolls it. He takes something off every punch. He tucks in, he shows you that short, low angle, and he really does not present a very good target. He backs up Levi Billups, and measuring him the entire time he's backing up, he lands the big right hand. Here's more Mathis combinations on the inside. Billups lands his best combination of the fight right here at the end of the round.
They move to round number 7 of a scheduled 10-rounder. Buster Mathis in the white with the upper hand, and as Bob Spagnola and I score at ringside, he virtually has won every round. Don't know how the judges are scoring. There are 3 of them. But right now, Buster Mathis has done nothing to detract points from his scorecard.
I mean, he will not let Levi Billups rest. He's sitting there pestering him with those shots. He won't let him set back and try to measure him, because Levi needs to make something happen with a big punch in this fight.
And with Buster coming in, he's taken about every big shot that Levi has been able to throw. So he's coming in with a little bit of reckless abandon. It could be dangerous for him, but he's also growing in confidence.
It really could. Levi Billups is certainly capable of hurting any heavyweight that he hits clean. But this Mathis, he does not allow himself to get hit with a clean shot, even though Levi has landed some shots. He rolls and he takes something off. Look at him here. I mean, this is an incredible. I mean, we talked about early in this fight, the young quick kid coming in there and trying to make something happen. He's making something happen here, Sam. He's making a name for himself right here in only his 10th professional fight. This is a heck of a step up for this kid. This is an awesome performance by Buster Mathis Jr. We're seeing it here on the heavyweight explosion.
I tell you what,
superstar of tomorrow.
One of the things a lot of people had talked to Buster Mathis about was, are you the same fighter that your dad was? Well, he says only time will tell that. I can't tell you in 9 fights. The only thing I know, I'm going to go out, fight the best I can. If it looks like my dad fine, if it doesn't, if I get the job done, so be it. I want to be my own man, but I certainly know my roots, and that comes from a boxing family of Buster Mathis Sr. I'll tell you what, his dad gave him one thing, and that's a huge heart.
Yep. Oh, he sure did. And, this kid is really making some things happen here, Sam. I'm really impressed by it. He's not resting on his laurels. He's not taking a round off. He's pressing this guy. This guy that ended up punching 1 round, he's taking it. Levi Billups is trying to take his heart away from him.
To the body, knocked Mathis off balance, but just as soon as he got his balance, boom, he comes running back for more. Referee John Carroll, after making that break, took a good long look at Levi Billups, who's been taking quite a bit of punishment here. Well, Buster Mathis, he was satisfied. He saw no problems there. Billups thrives in this one-on-one competition. Said that the fittest will win, the man that trains the hardest. Well, he may look like the man that's trained the hardest, but the man that may have come more prepared is the guy he's fighting, 23-year-old Buster Mathis, at the end of round 7. A good deep breath. Levi Billups goes to his corner going, this guy's still out there, and he's still coming at me.
You need all these rounds.
You go to that corner.
Do it again. Wait, come on. You ain't breathing. Come on. All right, let it out.
Come on, Lee. We need these rounds. Let's go.
Hold it. Don't stop it. Here. Okay. Here, one more time. Here. Put. All right. Here.
Stay with that speed, though. Stay with that speed.
Just trying to get some rest over in his corner. And I don't wonder the way he continues to work in every round, Bob.
Just an incredible work rate here for a heavyweight, and I mean, he does not rest, and he does not let Levi Billups rest.
Come on, Lee. We need these 3 rounds, baby. Come on. Come on, brother. Reach down a little bit.
Even though he may be ahead of the cards, they're still encouraging Buster Mathis to come on and fight even harder as we get ready to
Get a
answer
little
bell
fast,
for
Lee.
round
Only for 3
3.
rounds. Come on. Reach. Come on, you want this? Go get it. Come on, bring it home.
Corner fighters.
Welcome back to the main event of our heavyweight explosion. We are live from the Fernwood Resort Hotel and Golf Club here in the Poconos in Bushkill, Pennsylvania. Sam Smith, Bob Spagnola, and our outstanding TV crew bringing you our main event. And Buster Mathis has not missed a beat today. A young man out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, a graduate of a junior college, Grand Rapids Community College, and soon to be enrolling in the fall at Grand Valley State University, has certainly taught a lesson here today to Levi Billups. Don't judge a book by its cover.
There you go. Levi's trying to talk to him a little bit. I don't know what he's saying, but
Yes, he's saying, when are you going to start wilting?
what Buster's doing here is he's got a short distance between the two of them. I think the only way that Billups could really hurt him and get a shot that would change us around is a big shot from the outside, and he's trying to prevent that and shorten up the distance here, smother him here. He's completely capable of getting his own punches off here at a short distance, and Billups is not.
Billups just trying to muscle, elbows and shoulders in. Mathis turns him around and lands another combination. Billups tries to throw one big punch.
Left hook to the body by Levi Billups, but it's too late at this stage. He's not done anything to significantly alter Buster Mathis's plans here in this fight. So.
By the way, we made mention here at the Fernwood Resort. They have staged 10 other fight cards, including 2 on national cable ESPN with James Toney, the headliner, and the other one, Prince Charles Williams. Your heavyweight, by the way, really had a rumble here a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a heck of a shot. But hey, those are the kind of fights. He had a very tough fight with a very tough opponent, and those are the kind of things you got to season a heavyweight with. You can't just if he knocks everybody out in the first 2 rounds like Gary Winman and gets into a real fight, and he's not up to the task down the road.
So Mr. Savarese came away with a well-earned 10-round decision.
Hard fought 10 rounds.
Right now, Buster Mathis may be in the process of doing the same. He has earned everything he's going to get on the scorecards as he has stood toe-to-toe with Billups. Billups has been frustrated that he can't even back the kid up.
And Buster doesn't really have the power, although he turns his punches over beautifully. He doesn't have the power to hurt Levi Billups, who's a very durable fighter, but he's certainly getting the job done. And he's upsetting him. He's not letting Billups get in any kind of a rhythm for this fight. And, these guys are 210 pounds, 220 pounds.
So it's round guys measuring it out 220. And of course, the heat's starting to take its toll. You would expect to be in a little bit better condition, Levi Billups, than that of course, other side Buster Mathis at 219.5. And look at Billups still trying to get blood out of his mouth, which is
9 and 10.
Especially thinking conditioning the right quarter Billups right now.
Come on, Lee. Reach, baby.
Water bottle doesn't seem to be doing the trick for him there.
You got 2 rounds in you. Just keep punching for 2 rounds. We can pull this out. Come on, Lee.
Push him a little bit. Push him a little bit.
They're behind the cards on that side.
Speedy.
Speedy. By the way, sitting behind the matchmaker and promoter. As Buster Mathis gets ready to answer the bell. Round number 9 is here of a scheduled 10 round of our heavyweight explosion. Buster Mathis along with Levi Billups getting warned for the second time from John Carroll about keeping the punches up.
Correctly so.
That's really the least of the worries of Levi Billups in this fight. His worry stands across the ring. Mathis is in real trouble. We have a standing 8 count. A standing 8 count that is in effect in Pennsylvania. That could almost be a savior for Buster Mathis. Was he caught with a right hand by Levi Billups? And just like our first fight with Mike Evans coming out of nowhere to win on the knockout of the night, here comes Levi Billups.
Levi Billups has got to make something happen here. Let's see if Buster Mathis can recover from the big shot he got hurt with there.
He's fighting well off the ropes, but Levi's putting pouring the pressure. What a turn of events in the ninth round.
This is heavyweights here.
Billups continuing to try to pour it
Out of that.
We can see a little distress in the face of Buster Mathis now. He knows he's been hit with one of Billups' best hands and almost went out.
But he got hit with it. He's losing a 10-8 round at this stage, but he seems back in control of his faculties. His legs betrayed him there a little bit, Sam, but he's back in control. He's got that low angle, and he's fighting, and he's clear-headed, and I really honestly don't believe that Levi Billups has got what it takes to get this kid out of this stage of the fight. Look at Buster Mathis Jr. fight back here. He ain't going nowhere, he says to Levi Billups.
Combination catches Billups.
This is action for heavyweights. No doubt about it.
Good punch.
Billups. Starting to finish him off, it appears, in the round. He almost goes down as he throws a punch and momentarily slips. Look at him. Sucking wind, just leaning in. Mathis now throwing punches again. Financial combination. For sure.
Oh, heads came together there. Buster Mathis Jr. as he slumped in here said this kid's going to following. He's going to develop a cult following fight like this. He is getting Levi Billups behind here.
Pull out this round. This round.
For 2 knockdowns, you scored an even round. And these two fighters will be going back at it tooth and nail. Now, Buster on our unofficial card may be
All the
ahead
way out.
on the unofficial card, but I tell you what, with the shot that Billups hit him with, he was almost out of this thing.
He really was. His legs behaved.
Come on. Don't shake
Let's
your
look
head.
at it on the
There's no
replay.
punches.
Let's take a look at the punch that almost did him in here. Billups again needing that room to punch, and there it was, an overhand right.
Right on the top of the forehead.
Wow.
His legs betrayed him here, and he really had no balance.
Let's take a look at it from this side. There it is again. Great replays, give you an angle from both sides.
That standing 8 count really did benefit Buster Mathis Jr. in this round, and this is one of the few states that employ that.
So the bell sounds, and here they touch gloves as we head for the 10th and final round of the main event. Heavyweight explosion here in the Poconos, and we've had a couple of late ones. Buster Mathis, after being given a standing eight count, came back strong at the end of the ninth round. He had himself picking up the steam, and now here he is in the final round.
Great action here. Great action for heavyweights. Great action for any weight.
So Buster Mathis almost looked like he had legs of spaghetti. Billups, his chest filling with excitement, knowing he had Mathis in trouble, could not finish him off. The standing eight count may have been the key to the fight. It gave Mathis a chance to recover. Maybe that's what the rule is intended for, but it certainly had a great impact on this fight. And then Mathis comes back and with a combination of own puts Billups down in the same ninth round.
I mean, Buster Mathis, he certainly likes to fight. If I was him, I'd be boxing a little bit in this round, confident that I had this fight in the bag. I mean, he's in there trying to get Levi Billups out of there.
You know, it's great to have one of the internationally known ring announcers like Darian, but it would be nice to have Michael Buffer here today because this truly is we get ready to rumble, and we've had that kind of day today on our heavyweight explosion.
We really did great boxing matches for heavyweights. You know, you don't see a lot of action sometimes when you pair the big guys. You got to give it to Russell Peltz, the matchmaker here. He's really put together a heck of a show for our heavyweight explosion. Our fans are loving this thing.
And I hope they can tell that we are too. We're excited here at the Funwood. And they fight to the bitter end with a minute 16 to go in the fight.
And our respective dry cleaners are going to love this match too, Sam. We're going to get some overtime here.
Look at Buster. Answer combination against Levi Billups. Billups again. You know that frustration is surging through his veins. He had Mathis out but could not finish him off and got knocked out himself in the ninth round.
Buster Mathis coming right to Levi Billups. Someone must have told him. I mean, who's supposed to be winning this fight here? And the way that Mathis recovered from being hurt, that shot to the top of the court, it really his legs betrayed him. But he recovered from that and came right back brilliantly throughout this fight. This kid's really got something special.
So the closing seconds of the final round of our main event. Buster Mathis from Grand Rapids, Michigan, 23 years of age, maybe overcoming quite an adversity in the ninth round, fighting against 33-year-old Levi Billups. And they have been entertaining here as the slip is called by referee John Carroll in the closing seconds. And the crowd is going to show their approval of this one. And there's the bell as they finish with a flurry. And the crowd enjoys the heavyweight explosion main event here today. Look at 23-year-old Buster Mathis. They'll be looking at the tape and saying, boy,
Oh yes, my good friends, these two men work. Come on, let's do it one more time.
Knocking Billups down in the ninth round. Great effort by Levi Billups. Well, if you thought this was a great heavyweight explosion, you ain't seen nothing yet because we have just begun. August the 7th, we'll be back once again at Merv Griffin's Resort International in Atlantic City. More of the heavyweight explosion coming your way and every month right here on these worldwide network stations. And again, a visit to Atlantic City is going to have to go a long way to outdo this one.
It's going to be tough to top right here.
You can see both of these fighters, of course, showing their sportsmanship, but anything but liking each other in the round there in round number 10 as Buster Mathis. And again, yes, we were tooting his horn a great deal today, but he earned it. But you have to toot it even louder here in the 10th round because he was out of this fight in the 9th round. I mean, if they don't have a standing 8 count in Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania, he's gone. The standing 8 allowed him to recover, knock Billups down, and this is what he's done in the 10th round. An unbelievable comeback again by Buster Mathis, who had controlled almost from start to finish. Well, Ed Darian is standing by. He's got the official decision on the fight. Here's Ed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the scoring, and here it goes. Judge Bill Flasser scored it 192, while Judge Jackie Castellani, he had it 98-94. And Judge Bill Nealon, he had it 99-92 for the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Buster Mathis Jr.
It was not going to take a rocket science to figure if he moved to the cards and this champion was going to be tapped beyond the cards, and we certainly saw that, winning by 8, 4, and 7. But he had himself a real problem in the 9th round. Right now, he's going to talk to Levi Billups about the outcome of the fight. Let's go up to Bob Spagnola. Bob?
Okay, I'm here with Levi Billups. Tough 10-round fight with Buster Mathis Jr. You nearly had him in the 9th. How do you feel?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for getting through this fight without any injuries. And yeah, he covered up pretty good when I heard him. He's got good skills, defensive skills, and that was the reason why I didn't hit with too many right hands.
Yeah, he really was impressive the way that he came to you. I thought that he'd box more and move away, but he's a good up-and-coming fighter, and you'll have another shot, Levi.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Levi Billups, with his loss, moves his record to 18 and 7. But again, he's been in the ring with a lot of top-class athletes, including the WBC current heavyweight champion. That, of course, would be Lennox Lewis. But here today, he has got a loss, and again, he loses to Buster Mathis. With him is Bob Spagnola.
I'm here with Buster Mathis Jr. I just got to tell you how impressed I am with this young man's performance. Excellent job in there with a very tough customer. How you feel, Buster?
I feel okay. I feel good. Billups bringing out the best in me. You know, this is my first 10. This is my second 10 round, excuse me. But this is my first time I go in 10 rounds with a tough opponent. And Billups, I mean, great fighter, bringing out the best in me. I like to say hi, Dad. He's been sick, but he's getting better. You know, he couldn't train me for this one, so I had to prepare myself mentally, physically for this fight. You know, this fight dedicated to my father, who's been sick, but he's getting better, getting much better. And Dad, I love you. Thanks.
All right, Junior. Hey, listen, your dad got to be proud of you here in this fight. It was an excellent performance. I think you impressed everybody out there watching the heavyweight explosion. Congratulations again. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to, once again, Buster Mathis Jr. Well done, quite a performance today. Led almost from wire to wire, but almost got out of here in the 9th round. Was knocked down, but recovered to come on and pick up his 10th straight victory. Well, another heavyweight fight that was on our card took place earlier this afternoon, and we wanted to share that with you. Jose Rebalta, now fighting out of Miami, a former Havana Cuban, came in against Wes Turner. Turner out of Morgantown, West Virginia. We want to pick up that fight because it was another one of those fights I think you're going to enjoy on the heavyweight explosion, as again Mathis goes to the dressing